Boys, gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, baby. You guys know the drill, man. Grab your sugar-free bev, take a sip, and take a seat. We got a new flavor that we're trying today. Just got it from the store. It's not bad. So, gentlemen, what we're talking about in today's video is really the one thing that helped my trading tremendously, and more so helped my trading psychology tremendously. And it was in the mere fact of not focusing on the money and just focusing on the technicals and the charts and the analysis, bro, and letting things play out. So what I mean by that is, guys, before early on in my trading, the number one thing I really was only focused on was just the money. You know, looking at the numbers, and more so, yes, the percents, because I always had like a percentage way of looking at trading, but more so, again, just the monetary value of like, okay, how much money can I make, this and that, and always looking at like MT4, MT5, for example, or my broker that's on my phone, and seeing the P&L float, like how much money am I making, right? And it wasn't until I had the shift, bro, of really looking at things more on just the technical and like the analysis way of just trusting my technical analysis and not looking at the money. And why was this so important? Boys, excuse me. The reason this was so important, because what it allowed for me to do is remove myself from like my emotions inside of my trades, before even taking positions, again, being in the middle of positions and letting positions play out. Now, what do I mean by that? You got to think about it like this, right? If you're about to take a position and you're looking at like the R multiple, and you're entering and you have like a risk to reward of this much to this much, you're like, damn, bro, like I'm about to make this much, like you're already number one, not even in the fucking position yet, and you're already thinking about the monetary gain. And then on top of that, right, once you do get into the position, the most important and the hardest part really of trading is managing your emotions when you're in a position, because now you're seeing your P&L flow, right? You're seeing money go up. You're seeing yourself go down into the negatives. You're seeing your stop loss maybe almost get hit, and then you want to extend your stop loss, or maybe you're seeing your TP almost get hit, and there maybe you're seeing a little bit of money in profit, and then you close early, right? And so what removing myself from like looking at trading in such a way of like just money, it allows for you to then just go and trust your plan, bro, and trust your analysis and your chart, whatever, like whatever you've marked up and the position that you're in, and just allowing for it to play out, right? Whether if you take that loss and knowing that, hey, took a loss to good loss, and allowing for your TP to be hit, for example, allowing for your runners to run without closing, getting emotional because you maybe see a couple grand floating, or a couple $100 floating, or a couple tens of thousands of dollars floating, wherever you are in your trading journey. Like I remember specifically, you guys, if you watch the channel, you guys have probably heard me talk about this a couple of times. So there was a challenge I took with TFT a very long time ago. I think it was 2 years ago at this point. And it took a $400,000 challenge with them. And one of the positions I took on that challenge account was a 1 to 10 risk to reward. And mind you, $400,000 account, risking 1% is $4 grand. Hitting a 1 to 10 is a $40,000 trade. And I hit the position. You took the entry, let it play out. But guys, the only reason, for example, in that specific position that I was able to allow for the analysis to play out, that I was able to even allow for myself to get in to hold that position for like an entire day, was because I removed myself, number one, from the monetary, from like looking and complete, like always just focusing on the money and the P&L, and just looking at the chart, bro. Literally just looking at the chart and allowing for my candlestick analysis to play out, having trust in my analysis. It was like, okay, I'm just going to focus on this side of things. I'm not even going to look at the P&L, and we'll see what happens. And then after that, bro, what happened played out. 40K trade. And so that's why this was so important, because it just really allows for a better way of you being able to remove yourself from your emotions in your trading, and so many other things, right? Because for a very long time, I would honestly say for about a year or two, until I really became profitable, I was always so focused on the money. always so focused on the money. Like, you know what? Maybe a first big payout, or like flipping a small amount of money. And because you're so fixated on the money, and like, that first big payout, or you quitting your job, or maybe you don't even have a job, whatever it is, you're putting so much unnecessary pressure on your trading. But on top of that, like, you're not even more so focused on the right way to go about trading, which again is the charts and the analysis and the plan of it all. You're just so focused and anxious around the money. And we know money is a very emotional thing, because in our world, that's how this world runs. And so until you allow for that disconnect, it's going to be very hard for you to become profitable. And that's why, like, you have to disassociate yourself from that. And then once you do that, it will be so much easier for you to find profitability. And that's literally how it was for me, bro. It's like, all right, the second I started focusing on the actual skill of trading, on the actual, again, having trust in my plan. Oh, guys, let me turn on this light. 1 second, boys. Until I really just, all right, we're good. We're back. I'm just sitting in the car. So until I really allowed for myself to just take focus away from trying to make money, then the money came, bro. It's like, you'll never make money trying to chase money. You focus on the right things, and then the money will start to chase you, and the money will come, right? And so it wasn't until I started doing that, bro, did I get funded, did I get payouts, did I start flipping small amounts of money within a week or two, like all these different things. And it's literally just because the perspective and the mindset shift with like the way I started looking about things. Now, obviously, I don't want to not tell you guys like it took me 2.5 years to get there till I saw like my first dollar of consistency with trading. There's many trials and tribulations and more to it, but a majority of it came like from understanding the shift of like, hey, you know what, I got to start looking at this a little bit differently than I have been, and not being so fixated on the money. So boys, with that being said, hopefully you guys took something valuable from this video. Gentlemen, remember, get your shit out of the way for today, knock out your day, and I will see you boys in the next video.